صباح الخير ملكال، صباح الخير يا أرض الإيجاد، صباح الخير يا قلب النابض لمملكة شلون، صباح الخير يا عاصمة ولاية على النيل، وكمان صباح الخير لكل أهل الخير. أخواني أخواتي في كل مكان داخل وخارج أرض الوطن، أهلي في بي، أهلي في استوائية، السلام عليكم. أهلنا في ويل، أهلنا في رومبيك، أهلنا في واو، أهلنا لوا، بنحييكم وكمان بنسلم عليكم. أهلنا في ولاية الوحدة، أهلنا نويو، السلام عليكم. أهلنا في ولاية على النيل، شلكاوي دنكاوي، مبانيكم ماوي، أنا بحييكم وبسلم عليكم. شلون وورلد وايد تي في. أخواني أخواتي لو في زول online يا ريت if you can try to share this show it would be good if you can try to share it. كده بيكون عملت معنا واجب كبير. وعايز أشكر كمان أي زول موجود معنا هنا. تول يكان توي تول لونيا كماتو كدوك دوما بعد دوك تول نيميا تول يكان برتول بين من ين مال باكال من ين مخيم من نودي كيان يبيني كان من ين بوني كان نيميا وبا ماديا تو كمات مدوم شار وبا ماديا كمات مومير أكون ميتول من أستراليا دا تول دا برتول مدوم راج ما جو مدوم تو أكون من تو مادام يبغى تول يبغى ينتول تو يبغى مات يوتو كمات مدوم شار وأكون ميتول من يونايتد ستيت من كندا من أوروبا ما in Uganda mer ma in Egypt chol now chol are everywhere pedagi maraito kolon rajabi kidir yingi benut la kel quest yo chol ino mahma yikat diamond o chol incha wuji banyu wul ki penyi kan wuji banyu wul ki gol wi men ba poch get mo don chiam ino be wonut lela معنا ضيف عزيز جدا. الليله هنتكلم في موضوع بخص بالذات أهلنا الموجودين في أستراليا، الموجود في كندا، الموجود في يونايتد ستيت. الليله هنتكلم عن حاجه اسمه هنتكلم عن حاجه اسمه ريب فاينانس. في ناس كتار زولوا انت قاعد في استراليا، في ناس كتار عندهم they have bought houses. They have something called mortgage. At this time, at the moment, the interest rate has become a big issue. وعشان كده we have seen a lot of people are actually struggling. There's a lot of stress. عشان كده الليله انه حبينا من يا اخي ما دام في زول في المجتمع بتاعنا شغال في البنك، وعنده كمان زول عنده كمباني بتاعته، وزول كمان عنده علم والدرايه الكافيه انه ممكن يساعد، وممكن مثلا يشرح لاي زول اللي عنده mortgage. If you have a mortgage, please, this is the time where you can come here and try to hear it from the guy who has been helping a lot of people. The guy has been helping a lot of people. We know if you're in Australia, we are struggling at the moment with the interest rate. And the worst thing also is the interest rate have risen this afternoon. So هيكون فرصة لأيزول إنك تكون معنا هنا موجود، وأكيد هتستمع وأنت هتستفيد. ومن خلال الحلقة دي إن شاء الله we will find ways on how we can help ourselves. Let me bring our brother Otor Ogwok. He is the CEO and also the founder of a company called Taar Finance. Taar Finance is a company who work with people who wants to buy houses. If you want to buy a house, you want to buy a car, you want to do refinancing, you want to do everything. The guy is here. I'm going to leave the rest for our brother Otor to actually help us and guide us on how we can really take off this stress, because a lot of people at the moment are stressed. Like if you were paying last year on your mortgage, at the moment you will be paying double of amount. So let me bring our brother Otor. Let me bring him here. Before I bring him, actually, let me just play this video which just got cut off, and then I can bring him straight away.
Men badia ni tu ko sala ni ka kwa ki pa good me kawal ke Australia ata ya ndo ko ma saban fi ko sala ni ka kwa jazz band music number 1 taratu maniru e bene ki ko be ponga antar kawal ru e bene ki ko be ponga ni kan kini kwe ni kango bachula ni komla ben bana kola ke kolmora maniru bene ke kwe antar kawaru bene ke kwe ni kan kini kwe ni kango bachula ni komla ben bana kola ke kolmora wala mitir kwa ganyare Australia kalbul ben le rum mitir kawala mitir kwa ganyare Australia kalbul ben le rum tiro kawal bela wi ar kam ndam kwa ganyare le mi shar kawal dare kum da kawal bela wi ar kam ndam kwa ganyare le mi shar kawal dare kum da le bela mulban Australia kalbul ben kuma tira iman dulu wakal kwa ben Australia kalbul ben kuma tira iman dulu wakal kwa ben kalu kwal maywan ni lo nya nyew kalu kwal maywan ni lo nya nyew ni kwajul mayi wananga tenen bod kawal nya kwa kwai tenen bod kawal la kuong doi kum la ben kawal mi kum ni ka kuari awode kumilo la kuong doi kum la ben kawal mi kum ni ka kuari awode kumilo kore dare tinni Shona ne ka kwa just one musina number 1 now. Tarotu. Maniru bene ki kwa be kunga pungantar kawalu bene ki kwa be kunga nikang kini kwa kwe nikanga bachula ni kumla bene Maniru bene ki kwa be kunga pungantar kawalu bene ki kwa be kunga nikang kini kwa kwe nikanga bachula ni kumla bene Kawalu metir kwa ganyar kuswaliya kalurben le rumtir Kawalu metir kwa ganyar kuswaliya kalurben le rumtir Kawal bela wiya kanganam kwa ganyar le mishar kawal bare kumloy Kawal bela wiya kanganam kwa ganyar le mishar Salia kelmul ben kuma tera iman dole wakal koy ben lay bira malban ko salia kelmul ben kuma tera iman dole wakal koy ben kalu kol maywan ni lwa nga ngewli na kwajul kalu kol maywan ni lwa nga ngewli na kwajul Tenen bod kawal nya kwa kwai tenen bod kawal la kuong doi kum la ben kawal ni kuong ni ka kuari awode kuwilo la kuong doi kum la ben kawal ni kuong ni ka kuari awode kuwilo kore dare tinni
صباح الخير ملكال، صباح الخير يا أرض العجاج، صباح الخير يا قلب النابض لمملكة تشولو، صباح الخير يا عاصمة بلاد على النيل، وكمان صباح الخير لكل أهل الخير. أهل الخير ممكن يكون شركاوي، دنكاوي، نوراوي، ما بانكم ماوي، ما دام أنتوا زول بتاع خير، ما دام أنتوا زول مايس تشيل أراضي أراضي بتاع ناس، ما دام أنتوا زول مايس يشرك ما يغتصب، أكيد إحنا هنكون أخوان and sure we will live on the same إنه حنكون موجودين وعايشين في نفس الولاية، لأنه ما في زول الليلة ده هيقدر إنه يطلع من مكانه، بالذات أنت لو كنت شركاوي عندك المملكة بتاعك، والمملكة دي طبعا له عظمة بتاعته وله كمان له كمان تاريخ بتاعه. خلينا أرحب بأخوي the CEO and the founder of Taar Finance, my brother Otor Ogwok. أخوي خليني أشكرك إنك أنت الليلة كمان قبلت دعوة عشان تكون موجود معنا الليلة، بالذات عشان تكلمنا عن موضوع خاص. موضوع ده عامل ستريس، عامل مشكلة، ناس بقت ما بتنوم. قبل ما نخش في التوبيك بتاعنا، please greet our audience. We have a lot of people online, and يا ريت برضو if we can try to share this show that will be good عشان كمان يعني عشان الرسالة دي كمان يصل لايزول. أخوي يوتور تفضل أخوي.
Thank you Sabrino. You Madian Worldwide TV, Go Madian, wherever they are. And I really appreciate your time that you have given to invite me and to talk to the viewers, Mok Chalo Worldwide TV. It's not necessary whether they are in Australia, but all around the world, especially we who are living in the West, being it USA, Canada, or Europe, or New Zealand. So we all got the mortgages, as you correctly put it. So we all will have understand and benefit from this discussion. So this is a great topic tonight, and I look forward to answer the questions that you will raise. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Otor. Before we go to our topic, sure, since we were here last time, we were here live on the day where the king honor the president of the Republic of South Sudan. اكيد انت كنت واحد من اكيد انت كنت واحد من المشاهدين, and you were also واحد من الناس كمان اللي كانوا عندهم دور كبير كمان. كده your impression with the work which has been done by نيمي بالذات شبابنا اللي هم قدموا, وكمان المملكه كلها. يعني كده كلمه before we go to our topic, عشان كمان لو في حاجه كويس المملكه قدر يعملوا, ولا الشباب بتاعنا بتاع المملكه قدروا انه الكويس انه واحد كمان يشكروا من خلال هذه عبر هذه القناه. اخوي تفضل.
Thank you, Sabrina. That's a great question. And to bring the occasion, last month, the occasion turned out pretty good, and as we've been making the presentation that day, in occasion many, it really have met its objectives. Some of us were underestimating it, but it turned out very successful. That work dear Wachol Yeda Mokana in South Sudanese community, and you can see how people have turned out. All different tribes, the whole 64 tribes, they have rallied behind our king, Rutkuong Dak Pidiet. So this one did not just come by itself, but through those who are working to make it happen. Group Mogni Ben Kulum, Yamoga Gogi, Agog a committee, Moga Kwanyo Goge, walk the bar, Poch Meduong Dodge, watching and work, watching and then Kijamnito, can workmen and you walk a keep the kill. New Gogetana, they are very good. And we all proud about the outcome. Me occasion many honoring the president. It was a pretty good occasion, and it has fulfilled its objectives. We should look inside. We should look inside our capabilities. You never know what it's going to drive to. So as we said last time, our king should continue engaging the presidency with what he has started, and it may lead out to something. It may lead out to something. We should not rely on Khawajat or the external mediators. They are the ones that are gonna bring peace in South Sudan. So let use our potential, and we advise those who were in the committee last time to continue engaging our king, so that we can achieve the objectives of what he has done, and bring more those who were not part of it this time, especially in the side of political leaders. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Brother Otor, the CEO of Taar Finance. خليني كمان أشكر أيزول كان موجود and was involved in that event. It was a great event, and I believe you made all Ayochol Kenyachol proud of Mamlaka Micholi Chiang, and we are really, really, thankful for everyone who have contributed, especially who some people were under a lot of stress because of asbab ukhra. Lakin we do really appreciate your hard work, and assure it's pay off. The journey we made the history. Brother Otor, now we are going to start with our topic. Uh, that's why we were here. People knows you as Mr. Otor Ogwok, but at the same time, you are a CEO and a founder of Taar Finance. Let us get if you can just tell us a little bit about how did you come up with the idea of coming up with a company, a financial company, which is not easy for someone who came uh, from overseas. Can I let us know just a little bit about Tar Finance? What's the role? What do you do? And then we can ask some few uh, questions, which will be really, which will go direct to what we are trying here to achieve. Brother Tor, what are you?
Thank you, Sabrina. As you said it, yes, for our viewers, my name is Otor Ogwok. I'm a founder and a director of Taar Finance. So the idea came that I used to work for Commonwealth Bank back in the days. When I first came in the country, I did some studies, and then when I finished, I was lucky or privileged to get my first job with the Commonwealth Bank. So after I have reached a milestone, uh, like 10 years plus, 11 years or 12 years, so I thought of taking a break and also to invest in myself so that I can have a flexibility. So investing in myself is to complete my studies in higher education. So I thought of using the knowledge that I have in the bank, because that's what I used to do, especially in the mortgages, and then plus also to help our disadvantaged community. You know, especially our South Sudanese community, whom they found that taking a mortgage, it's it's a bit hard, and also to understand how it works. So I took it to the next level, that I need to establish a company. So it was easy because I come from the finance background to get all the certificate and all the other paperwork to be able to be accredited to become a mortgage broker. And I have named my company under Taar. So Taar is my daughter, that I have named the company for, called Taar Finance. That's what it is the trading name, and is the business name as well. So that's what I use at the moment. Thank you.
Thank you, Otor. And I believe anyone who is online here, you have heard it from Mr. Otor Ogwok. He's been a banker. He's been working with the biggest bank in Australia. So a kid, he got a lot of experience, and that's why we are hosting him to educate us and also enlighten us on how we can actually fix and sort out the mess which is going on right now, not because of our fault, but because of what is going on around the country. A lot of people here will want to know. A lot of people here will want to know. Let me go back here, and a lot of people will be asking why people choose mortgage brokers, someone like you, a direct mortgage brokers, than going direct to the bank.
That's really a great question, Sabrino, and that's what we always get. Why people come to the mortgage brokers rather than they should walk through the door of any lender. But before I can answer that, I just need our audience to know who are the mortgage brokers. Mortgage brokers, these are professionals who are accredited in the country, who provide general and financial advice to those planning to take out a home loan, or it may be a small loan such as personal loan or credit card or car loan. Okay, they can also assist you with buying process. When you are buying a house, or you're buying a car or an investment, thing like that. So working with a mortgage broker can give you an access to better strategies and to expose you to options that are more suitable to your unique situation. It can also simplify the mortgage application process, especially to those who are home ownership, home ownership in the country, or in the market, in the market industry. Yep. Yeah, that's what I can say in regard to that. Plus, also, we work for our customers. Like, we don't actually work for the bank. So when you come to mortgage brokers, so we concentrate into what you like, not what the bank like. So there are many lenders. That only people knows of where they are banking with. So say if I am banking with Westpac, I may only know what Westpac are offering as a customer. But if you come to the mortgage brokers, so apart from Westpac, its policies may not be into your situation, So we may send you your application to another bank, say NAB or ANZ or any other online banking, any other online bank that will issue you a loan, and that way we maximize your chance of getting a loan. So banks have all different policies from bank to bank. They've got different policies in the way how they assess your situation, whether it come in term of income, how long you've been employed for, or it come into default, whether you got a default in any in any bills or in any finance. It may be a credit card or car loan or anything, So dealing with any specific bank, they may not give you a loan that you need, or even the conduct. Say your account may be overdrawn a lot of times, and when you go to your bank, they will decline you. But coming to the mortgage brokers, we give you many options. That is good for your benefit, not for the benefit of any bank, but specifically for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Otor. I want to just highlight this, that we have just we made this topic a little bit in English because our Brother Otor, he has a client from many Ajnas, Afghanis, Hunud, Australian even, and that's why we were just trying to limit our topic today by speaking a little bit of English. So the message can go across, and even for anyone who don't know Brother Otor, I think they might know him, through this show. Before I ask you the second question, there's a lot of people always will be asking, is it refinancing a good move, or how is it to finance, and how much it cost? How much it does cost to refinance, and how soon can I refinance? Should I refinance with the same bank? What loan are available? I have existing loan. Would I be able to refinance? Will I be able to access the equity in my home loan? Plus more. A lot of those questions are in mind of a lot of people at the moment. People are asking a lot of things. But let me go back here, and if you can walk us through the mortgage in history, if you can uh, walk us through the mortgage in history and what is happening right now. Because there's a lot of issues going on. So please, Kade, if you can highlight that point, that would be good.
Thank you, Brother Sabrino. That's really one of the great questions. It's not only in the mortgage industry, but what is really happening in this economic world we are in at the moment. Everyone is crying. Whether you have a mortgage or you don't have a mortgage, you might have noticed there is a lot of changes which is happening in the country. What I mean in the country, not only specifically in Australia, but also even to US and New Zealand, which is close to us, or Europe. You might realize the prices of things are changing. It's not like before. Okay, so which means things are not good at the moment. So there is what we call inflation, which is happening. Okay, so inflation occurs when the cost of goods and services in the economy goes up over a sustained period of time. Inflation doesn't happen overnight for our viewers, you know. It also doesn't happen when the cost of one particular good or services goes up. So say you go to a one shop today and a banana was $1, an example, and then you go in the afternoon is $1.50. So that is not an inflation. It may be there is a shortage of supply, but I mean over a sustained period of time on everything. Okay, so for example, when the food prices is gone up, an example, all food prices is gone up, the energy prices is gone up, such as the gas, you know, petrol and things like that, it's gone up. That when we say the prices, there is inflation in the country. You know, there is inflation in the country, because that including even the rent and our mortgages that we lived on. So the whole thing are going up, and this is what we are noticing at the moment. That is happening in the mortgage industry. Now, you may recall, Sabrino, in 2008, an example, there was a financial crisis. You know, there was a recession all around the world. Now, the Reserve Bank, say in Australia here, by that time, the interest rate, which is the cash rate, that's what people are talking about now,
Yes.
it was 7.25, brother. It was 7.25. Now, we are crying now as we speak. The rate is 3.6 as of today. It was 3.35 before 2 o'clock today. So at 2:30, they have increased the interest rate in Australia. It went to 3.6. And I give you an example of US also. The US is even ahead of us. Last month, they have increased their interest rate to 25 basis points. This month, okay? And their interest rate now is 4.75. So how is it still less by 1.15% basis point behind US? And remember, when US sneeze, the whole world get cold of their sneeze, because they are the mother of the economy. So what is affecting US even last month, last year, an example, in when we came out from the coronavirus, US were the first people to raise their interest rate. That was around in April, in March. And our country, Australia, they raised their interest rate immediately in April. And it never stopped until now. It never stopped. Even US also never stopped. So they all come point zero interest rate, 0 point something interest rate. And imagine US now is 4.75 as we speak. Australia as of today is 3.6. And it will not stop. So we don't know when it's going to stop. It will continue rising. It will continue rising, you know. So what we need to know, especially us who are in the West here, and we have dependent, economically dependent back home, whether being it family members or friends, that they depend on you, it's time to have a conversation. It's time to tell them things are not good in our side here. The cost of even sending US dollar in Australia here, an example, is over 160 now. $100 US to be received in South Sudan or in whatever country you're sending to is over $160. That is the price. So it's not only Australian, but every country, even in South Sudan itself, the exchange rate, I was looking into the Central Bank of South Sudan yesterday or today, it's almost 8,000. It's 8,000, brother. And the viewers who are listening, it's 8,000. So it comes from a long way. Like the exchange rate during the coronavirus, it used to be 5,000. Now it's 8. And I'm sure in black market in Juba, it's a different story. So there is inflation everywhere. So it's time to have a conversation with our people. And they should not get also angry when we tell them that things have changed. So I will not be able to send you as I used to, because it's causing us. It's causing us, and as I said before, especially we who have the mortgages here in the West, soon the houses will be foreclosure by the bank. The lenders will take the mortgages. An example is an average mortgage now of half a mil, since the rising of the interest rate 10 months ago, we're talking of 1,500, at least the minimum, have gone up on top of what you used to pay. That is an increase, 1,500. Can you imagine? 1,500 as of today. Now, this is going to continue. It's going to continue happening. It will not stop.
That's true, because I was having a chat with a friend of mine at work, and he was saying that he had an investment house, and the investment house he had he had a fixed interest rate, and that rate was 1.8. That was from 2019. And that fixed rate is going to expire soon in April, and that interest rate has actually become double. So he used to pay like 1,700. Now, when that interest rate expired, he will be exposed to the new interest rate, which is going to be double of what he used to pay. And that's why I'm going to ask this next question, where it's in everyone's mind, that we hear people always say refinance. What that means to refinance, and what type of refinance is there? If there's any type of refinance, if you can highlight that point, because this is where the main topic of today.
Yep. So this will be the theme of the refinance. Is actually the theme of what we're talking about today. Is the central of everything, especially anyone who have a mortgage. This will be the theme. So refinance, it means to transfer your loan. So from Idu Regional to rewrite to another loan again. Now, rewriting another loan, or why you doing a refinance, it has a lot of meaning. One, when the interest rate rise like this, many people find uncomfortable for the repayment, as you just said. The interest rate have doubled. So the only way is to refinance so that you can get a better rate. So the current rate, so when your loan is expired, you will be exposed to what the rate is at the moment. So if it's 6% or 7%, that will be your rate. But if you refinance, so, and especially through mortgage brokers, so we can be able to negotiate with the bank, with any bank that we are taking your loan to, and you can get a cheaper rate than what you have. Okay, so that one, getting a better rate than what you currently gonna have. Two, by extending your loan term. So if your loan remain 20 years now, of course there will be too much commitment. But if we're gonna extend that to another 30 years, so in Australia here, the maximum loan term is up to 30 years. Okay, so if we extend your loan term to 30 years, so it means your repayment will be less and less and less. And it will be very much affordable for you because you have stretched the loan term. Okay, and also you have an option of having an interest only instead of the principal. So you have an option of paying the principal. So when you just pay the interest only, so it will be less commitment for you. And the other one is the reason why you refinance, to put all your outstanding debts together. So what is happening now, everything is all going up. If you are not very careful putting your finances in order, things will go bad, because you cannot be able to afford a mortgage and afford another car and a personal loan and a credit card. On top of that, we've got families to raise. We've got kids' school fees. Okay, we've got bills to pay. We've got all these things that you can imagine of. So it's better to put everything under your mortgage, because your mortgage, as Utun just said now, you might have equity. So equity means, so say if your mortgage is, say, 500,000, that is the balance on your loan. That's the balance on your loan. But the value of your property is 1 mil. That is the value of your property. So you have enough equity that you can draw out and do other stuff with it. So you can draw it out and pay off all your outstanding debts. All your outstanding debts. You can also have extra fund. If you are not having enough money, you can also have extra fund put into your account that you can be able to use for your mortgage repayment until the economy becomes stable. Until the economy becomes stable. So we can say, after you pay off your debt, you might have 30,000 or 50,000, whatever it is, the amount, and it will be sitting in your account, and then the home loan will continue to take from there until things fix itself. So the home loan that cash out can be put directly into the loan, or you can have an offset account. An offset account, so say if your loan is 500,000 and you have 100,000 on the offset, so which means there is 100,000 against the home loan, which is not charged interest. So the interest will be charged only on 400,000 because you got 100 sitting against the home loan. So it offset itself. Even say, for argument's sake, you have $500,000 loan and you have $500,000 cash, which means you will be having zero interest charge. So that's what an offset is all about. So it will offset against a dollar against dollar. Now, any product, you said what type of the product. So any product, there are some products that you may be eligible for. So every bank is different. So there are many products in the bank. There are some products with a low rate. There are some products with a higher rate, depending on the needs. Depending on the need. So every product got its own facilities or its own features. So you may end up choosing the wrong products. But again, with a mortgage broker, so we will guide you in the right way. So if you go through the bank might have their own campaign that today or this month we are selling these products. Let's try to put every customer on these products. So that whether that product is good for you or not good for you, you will be forced to have that product. So when you come to us, we educate you what are the products suitable for you, depending on how you're going to be using it. I hope I answered that question, brother.
Yes, you did. Really, you did answer that the question very well, and I want you to actually repeat this area again, because this is where our people are addicted to debt. Some people have loans,
Yep.
have car loans. They have also a personal loan, which are high with a high interest rate, plus other expenses. Now, someone will be running around trying to pay the home loan, trying to pay the car loan, trying to pay the personal loan, trying to pay the other loans. Would it be a good option to refinance so you can put all this loan together instead of paying? The cost of paying those loans apart from each other's, I believe, is too high. If you can just make that part very clear, and also if you can also highlight this point, you as a mortgage broker, you are actually working for the interest of your client. But when you go to the bank is working for the interest of the bank. Whoever working in the bank is working for the bank. But the mortgage broker, as our brother Otor, is working for you as a client. Otor, if you can highlight that.
Thank you, brother Sabrino. And as I said before, the refinance is the theme of this discussion tonight. It got a lot. As you clearly said it, if someone have a couple of debts, okay, you have debts, credit card, okay, you got overdraft. Overdraft is when your account have an overdraft, say whatever 1,000 or 5,000 or 3,000, that's an overdraft to use it. Or you have a personal loan, okay, or you have a car loan, all right, or you have other small debts around you that you are paying here and there. Now, with this situation that we are in, definitely something going to go wrong. You're going to default into one thing. So this is a good time to refinance the loan, top up your mortgage. So if your mortgage is $500,000, so I will be using the same figure again for the sake of the discussion tonight. So if your mortgage is $500,000 and you have a good equity, so you're going to increase your loan to whatever amount that can be increased to. And then you're going to pay off all the debts around you. When you pay them off, you're going to left with only one loan, which is the home loan that you have increased. And then whatever is left as a cash out, so you have a choice of putting back into the mortgage, okay, putting back into the mortgage to help you with the interest. And also, not only paying off, but again, for renegotiating a better interest rate. So you're going to get a good interest rate than what you have at the moment, and having a choice of paying the interest only, because you don't know what's going to happen. As I said now, in 2008, that was when we have the financial crisis all around the world. The interest rate, which is the cash rate Reserve Bank, was 7.25. 7.25. Now we are crying when the interest rate is 3.6. 3.6. So what's going to happen if this double itself to 7 something? Remember, the mortgages those time and the price of the mortgages, and let me come specifically to those who are in Australia now. So especially those in Melbourne and Sydney, the price of the houses in those two towns are massive, you know. To buy a decent house, they say an average price is around $1 million. That is an average price now, around $1 million. So around $1 million, you might, if you have a good deposit, brother Sabrino, you might only have 20%. So 20% of $1 million property, you're talking of 200,000. So
Yes.
which means the loan will be 800,000. 800,000. Now back 10 years ago, mortgages were about, or buying a property were about 300 or 400 max. There was no even more than that, or even less. So the price, the repayment was okay, but now it's not okay because of the way how the market is. So this is gonna affect us more, those that are in Melbourne and those that are in Sydney, because of the size of the properties that we have. I'm not saying the other cities they don't have, but the average price, according to what they say, in Melbourne and Sydney, an average price is at least 1 million. At least 1 million.
Thank you, Brother Otor, for highlighting that point. I think if you are a homeowner, I think this is the time where you can.
Now, before you go to the next question, I just want to
Yes.
give an example. Recently, I
اتفضل.
have a customer.
The example will help us a lot.
Yes.
Because this is what people understand.
Exactly. So recently, I have a client. He was struggling with his lender, and he wanted to refinance his loan. He wanted to sell his property, you know. So his bank couldn't give him any loan, and he was struggling. He wanted to give up his property to the bank, and he came to me as a last resort. So someone recommended him that go to Otor, and he may be able to help you because he has helped me and most of my friends before. So when he come to me, I sit down, I assess his situation and things like that, and I was able to recommend some product for him. I said, brother, you don't need to think of what your bank is doing to you because it's all about them. Now you are in safe hand. This is what we're going to do. This is how I'm going to structure your loan. So with all his problem that he was worried, I was able to refinance his loan from his bank to another bank, from bank A to bank B. We were able to take cash out. And from this property, he was able to buy 2 more properties. 2 more properties. Can you imagine? So from situation of losing his property to the bank, I was able to rescue him, and not just rescuing him, but buying 2 more additional properties to his existing principal house.
Wow.
And he couldn't believe this.
Wow.
He said, man, I wish I knew you before. I should have been a millionaire by now, you know? So that is a perfect example. Because
Yes.
if you just get stuck with your bank, you never know what is outside there. Now, we all have a different experience. You might be dealing with someone in the bank who have not much experience. But when you see the other side of the world, you see person like me, you may be able to get advantage of the current market or what you are, you know. So these are the options. Thank you.
That's a really very good that's a very good example, and I believe this is where the mortgage broker is really me Kautuan, I do recommend a mortgage broker because they look after you. I work with them always. I don't I don't work with the bank anymore. I work with the mortgage brokers. You know
Thank you.
they,
Thank you. Now, to support that,
yes.
Sabrina, a statistic in the country, a statistic in Australia year as we speak now, every 10 loans settled in the country, 7 of them are written by mortgage brokers. Only 3 are done by the bank. Only 3. So 70% of the Australian, their mortgages were written by mortgage brokers. 70% is unbelievable.
Yes.
So you are one of them. Thank you.
No, I have not much to say about the mortgage brokers, and I recommend it to everyone because those people, they are a human being, not like banks. Banks are there to just to achieve the goals, but a mortgage broker is there to help you and support you, all the way. Another thing, uh, any of our audience who is now online or who is going to watch this show after we finish, my ask is does it cost to refinance? Does it cost to refinance?
Uh, no, it doesn't cost, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
What costs? It just uh, the government fee, like to for the title to be registered again, which is which is like 100 under $200. But instead, it's giving you a lot of advantage, because when you refinance, you get the cash bonus. So at the moment, banks are offering a lot of money for the cash bonus. So you refinance a loan from A to lender B, you may end up getting 4,000. Some banks are giving 5,000. Some banks are giving 3,000, depending on what it is and depending on the loan variation you have. So it doesn't cost you anything. Instead, it's giving you bonus. So the bank give you a bonus for refinancing. And not only that, I just want to add something. Even for those who want to buy now, you also, some banks are giving cash bonus as well.
Thank you, brother Otor. Yeah, let everyone, if you are online there, if you can try to share this show, that will be good because we want this information. We want this great information to actually reach everyone. Our people are struggling, right now. They don't know what to do, who to talk to. It will not. It's not going to cost you if you come and approach our brother Otor. This guy is being used by Afghanis. He's used by Hunut. We as Africans, we need to take that advantage. When you know that you have someone who's going to look after your interests, I think this is the best time we can take that advantage. Hunut are taking the chance. Indian are doing the same thing. Brother Otter, some people at the moment with the high interest rates, we have people who have not yet gone, who are not bought houses. Is this is the good time for anyone who is the first home buyers? Is it the good time for those people to go and enter the market?
Yes. An answer is very simple and straightforward. It's a good time to buy.
And why?
Why? Because everything work opposite. So when the interest rate goes up, the price is dropped. So the prices in the market now, they are down because no many people want to buy. People are scared. A lot of investors are not in the market to compete for you. Those investors, they are not there. Many investors, they just want to secure what they have, to secure the properties they have. They are the one driving the property market. So if you are ready, this is a good time to buy. I know interest rate might be high, but also you don't get away with everything, with the price and the interest rate. At least you have to get something. So I urge you to reach out, go to the market, buy your house. This is a good time. The houses has dropped. The houses has dropped a lot. And the house that you were not able to afford last year, you can be able to afford it now. Thank
Yes,
you.
I think because of the house foreclosures, and that's why we're here. That a lot of houses now is now under is bank is tracking a lot of houses because a lot of people. If you remember, Brother Otor, if you can uh, go go a little bit back in the last 2 years when the lockdown happened and people lost work, the bank gave people 6 months as a free. Not if you're not able to pay your home loan, you were given 6 months. Within those 6 months, the money where you're supposed to pay was added on top of your home loan, and that become actually, and you if your home loan was about 700, by then your home loan became 800, and this is where the stress is coming, from. I don't know if you can highlight, uh, uh, it, because this time I think there's more houses in the market, and that's why you were saying, it's a good time to buy because the prices is low.
Yeah, so what happened during the coronavirus, when it first started, there was a lot of panic in the market. People were panicking because people were not going back to work, no income have stopped. So what the government have done with all the lenders, that anyone should be eligible regardless of their income. There was no proof of income required. You just said, I'm not working or my income have reduced. I would like to go to 6 months. Some people even went to 12 months. 12 months with no repayment. The mortgage was frozen. The mortgage was freeze. Now, that was because of the panic in the market of the COVID-19. But after that, now you come back and start paying. You start paying. Now your mortgage have increased, as you said. But this time around, there's nothing like that. So if you were not saving, you were not playing around with your money, just spending them, then it's going to come back to you if you were misusing your money that time. So, because this time they will not give you 6 months again or even 12 months without a repayment. No, there's nothing like that. People are at full force at work at the moment, and you have to commit your repayment. As I said, the repayment keep going. Now, there are some people also that they have fixed their home loan for 2 years. Some have fixed their home loan for 3 years. Some have fixed their home loan for 4 years. Now, those who fixed their home loan in the beginning of the crisis in 2019 for 3 years, they're coming out now. Majority
Yes.
of people have fixed in 2020 for 2 years is coming out now. I was reading a report on the mortgages that this year over 100 trillion fixed home loan of all the big lenders, they're going to come out from fixed. So when it come out from fixed of where they used to pay, like an example you give before, that a friend at work, the mortgage interest rate is 1 point something, is finishing soon. So these are the group that gonna, many of them. So their mortgage from 1 something, they're gonna get 7 something
Yes.
interest. So you can imagine, how can you afford this? We have already started getting inquiry now on people complaining that I can't afford my mortgage at all. My mortgage I used to pay 3,000. Now it's 6,000. My income is not even 6,000 a month. My income is 3,000 or 4,000. I got family to put food on the table. I got family kids to take to school. I got some bills to look into. So it can't. So mortgage has to go back. This is where the foreclosure gonna come in now. If you come to us, if you come to me, we can guide you in a good advice how to take care of this before the bank can even take action. So how can you take action before even the bank can take action? Because you need to be honest to yourself. You need to be honest to yourself whether you can really afford or you cannot afford. Because this is not stopping. It keeps going up. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Otor. If any one of our audience online, if you have any concern, any question you want to raise up, please just write it down. Or if you want to come up, we will put the link down there, and you can ask our brother Otor. This is your only chance to ask him right now live. If you have any concern, anything you want to ask, please write it down, or you can. You will be highly welcome also to you will be highly welcome to ask. If you can see, so there's some few question online, but we will come to them after the show. There's a lot of people are now there's a lot of people are concerned about the way the country is heading. Are we heading for a recession, or are we going for a financial crisis like what is happening in few years ago? Are we going to lose our houses? Are we going to lose our jobs? So there's a lot of fear out there. Can you just let us know what is going on with Dr. Because you have the inside knowledge of what is going on. Brother Tafadal.
Thank you, brother Sabrino. Yeah, it's really a great question. Whether we are going into a financial crisis or what's happening, that is the worry. Now, normally with the recession, when people go into recession, is like what I linked back before with the inflation. When everything is all going up in the country, those are the signs of we are going into financial crisis, because inflation is when the dollar in your wallet lose their purchasing power, as a price surge. So it's not like before. So things are changing. So from the prices are rising from want to need. So all the want and needs from gasoline and new vehicle and furnitures, food, rent, and all other services. Everything is all going up. These are the signs of the inflation, and it will be hard. Bank or the government, they don't actually, because people will panic. So it's very hard for them to pronounce or to announce that we are in recession. No, they always try their best to fight the inflation. They always tried their best. Even with the interest rate now keep going up, it's because of the pressure of everything is losing its value. That's why the bank the Reserve Bank has to rise the interest rate. Now, the more you rise the interest rate, that one will give us the pressure for the other prices to come down, because there will be no enough money floating around. So now the money are floating around a lot. That's why the prices are very high. Everything is very high, it's very high. So the government are trying their best to create a conducive environment so that we cannot go into recession. Recession, we are in a sign, even US now, they are in the sign of that. We are in a sign of that. So when they're going to start foreclosure the houses later on, that is already we are in deep, because people are not able. Like when I said before, majority of the fixed mortgages, they're coming out now. So when they come out, things going to change. It will not be the same anymore. Now, we are not feeling the effect now. But as we go toward the end of the year, that's when we're all going to feel that. That's when we're all going to feel that. And that's why I gave a warning before, especially to our South Sudanese community. If you used to support a lot in overseas, please think twice. Yes, it is very important to support, but think about your living here as well with your family, because soon you can even be in the street and you have not done anything. So it's better to take care of yourself before you can take care of others. Taking care of yourself, to see yourself you are stable. Even we, Chuluk, we always say, if you want to rescue someone else in the water, make sure you are stable first. Because if you just rush, because he's gonna sink, then you all gonna go down. You all gonna drown. So make sure you are stable so that you can help the other person. That is the rule of helping each other in the world. So let's take care of ourselves first. All the necessary expenses, we need to take care of that, because recession is not an easy thing. Number one, we have never experienced recession. Even in 2008, there were no many Sudanese having houses. We are now in a property market, and this is when we're going to feel what is the recession. We keep talking about it, but we don't know what it is until we are in it now, and we're going to feel the pain of that. So we are now approaching the sign of recession is there. The sign of recession is there. We are heading into that. We are leading into that. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Otor. I think this topic, I think, is very, very, very important. Actually, not because of owning a house, but because owning a house involve a lot of things, especially when people are. If you have a mortgage, like our brother Otor was trying to educate us, there's a lot of crisis even in our own families because of the stress of going to work every day. You have no time to even sit down and be with your family because you want to meet the goal. You want to meet the bank, the bank fees. You want to pay your debt every month. So it's making us under stress. It's putting a lot of houses in a very bad situation, and that's why we are here. We brought Brother Otor to educate us and also and show us what we can do, especially in this environment where the interest rate is going up, and there is no and it sounds like it's not will not be stopping soon. So, Brother Otor, is it everyone is qualified to to refinance? Is it everyone
Yes,
can do
yes,
the refinance?
yes. Everyone is qualified to refinance. It's just like refinance is actually because you're doing a loan. It's just like when you're buying a property. Okay,
What
so
about
similar
if
to that.
uh, what about if you have a lot of debts?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's about doing a loan. So it's coming back in the first day when you purchase a property. It's similar process. So because it's about applying for a loan. So applying for a loan, either refinance or purchasing a property. So the same process. So we look into your income and your conduct. Very important. So all these always will be around the mortgages. Your conduct, your income, they all play important role. So conduct maybe if you have default or you missing few payment into your home loan. So all these come into a critical decision of your loan. You know, so long as you meet all the criteria of what the bank want, you are eligible for it. You are eligible for it. So don't just sit back and say I'm not eligible. You never know until you speak to the expert to advise you that you are not eligible or you are eligible.
I
Yeah.
think the good example is the guy who you just helped,
Yep.
the guy who was in crisis, and you help him, and he was able to become a millionaire. So please, if you're out there, ask. You're cooking, you have to knock in order for that door to be open. So you need to knock that door in order to be open. Don't just be quiet. Don't be under stress, and don't feel like there's something is not quite right. Our brother Otor, we have an Africans. We as an Africans, we have a mentality uh, of being actually like we don't like to switch. We don't want to we don't like to go from a bank to bank. Like we like to just stay with the same bank which we sign up with, while that bank might not be looking actually after your interest. What would you advise our people before I ask you the last question when we have only 10 minutes left?
Yeah. That's a good question, brother Sabrino. You see, that to me, I can say is an ignorance. Being an ignorance of what is really happening in the real mortgage industry. You have no idea. So mortgage working with a mortgage broker is like working with an accountant to advise you what you need to do. You cannot just stick into one bank without refinancing your loan. You never know, or even if you don't refinance, at least your mortgage need to be reviewed. There is what we call review of your mortgage, whether what are the options available for you.
And
Okay.
how
Now,
often we should refinance?
ideally, a lot of people choose every 2 to 3 years they can refinance. Because as I said before, so say if I refinance your loan now, okay, and your interest rate is good, or you fix it in for 2 years, an example, okay? When you come out from that, you're gonna get a very high interest rate. Now, if we refinance your loan, couple of things you're gonna get. One, you're gonna get a very cheap interest rate, again, with another bank, or you're gonna get a cash bonus. So say imagine I refinance your loan, Sabrino, and I give you 5,000 or 4,000 out of
I will take it.
nowhere,
I will
just to
take it.
say thank you. It doesn't cost you anything because refinancing nothing. It costs you zero, like nothing. So why do you choose not to get that money? It does not make sense unless you did not understand why you should not refinance a loan. You don't understand how this works. People are rich, Australian or even the West, people are rich through properties. So you need your loan to be reviewed so that you can have an investment out of your equity. If you review your loan, you can buy investment property. Okay, and after 2 years, your mortgage, your equity increase again. You buy the third property again, increase again. You buy another property. This is how people build houses, build assets. When the time comes, you sell 2 or 3 out. Already you pay off your mortgage with the profit that you get from the other loan. You see, this is how people make money. You cannot just choose your loan that this is what I will be paying every time. It will never finish.
That's true. That's
So
true.
you need to choose a good mortgage broker to guide you. Mortgage broker like an accountant, that will be working through with you every time there is a decision made, gonna help you what to do.
Another thing, Brother Otor,
Yep.
some of another thing, there's a lot of our people who have bought houses in the last say 11 years. Their houses now, it's worth more than what they got from the bank. They might be a millionaires, but they don't know how to actually use the equity they have on their home. How would you advise them that you can use the equity on your home to actually to buy another house, so you can actually, if you can highlight that point, Otor?
Yes. So that's a good question. So
Mm.
as I said before, you will never know, Sabrino, whether what are your options until I talk to you like this to see what are your options. Because I need to review your financial situation. You're working hard, you know how to make money. You're working hard to earn money. But how to multiply that money, you need to come and see the professional like me, mortgage broker, to advise you what is the best way to invest, what is the best way to use your money. You have a good equity against your house that you can actually use it. You can use it, but you don't know how to use it. Now, as I said before, you can choose your own bank, but if your relationship is not good with your own bank, they shut you down, and then you are like shut down out of the whole thing. No, you need to see an independent mortgage broker to walk you through. Now, most of us will not be too much professional in what they do, just like an accountant. Some are pretty good in that, especially with the years that you've been in the industry. You've been in the mortgage industry, so you know how to structure the loan properly. So that you can build assets. You can build assets through investment. So you have no idea what's happening until you come and see. So your house, you might be sitting on $1 million now, a gold mine house, sitting on a gold mine house that you have no idea that's a gold mine you are sitting on.
Yes.
You see? So I urge you to see Taar Finance and reach out to me. Then we can walk you through. Free consultation, doesn't cost you anything. Thank you.
I think we are so blessed by having you in our community, and if we don't take advantage of a brilliant mind like you, that's mean really we are a community which is really have some issue, and they
Oh,
might have to go and seek
thank you for
a
compliment, Sabrina.
psychological
Thank you. Really
doctor,
appreciate it.
Yeah, because I know you well, and you're a very honest man, and you do it with all your heart. I know you have been helping a lot of uh, people, so I thank you a lot for being part of this show, and also educating our audience. The last question, then we will go online and see if there's anyone who have asked. The last question, Brother Otor, I got here is if there's anything else you would want to add to our discussion, which has been really very good discussion and very fruitful. And I hope that our people will take something out of it. Brother Otor.
Thank you, Brother Sabrina. That's a good question. What I just want to say to our audience tonight, that the housing and finance markets are constantly in flux and ever shifting. For a regular person who doesn't work in finance, okay, these changes can be overwhelming. So, as a mortgage broker, are seasonal professionals who understand the industry. They can help you navigate the complexity of home loan ownership first, and potentially save you thousands of dollars from the trap that you may know that you may not know. So it is important to reach out so that we can guide you through. Don't have that illusion that mortgage brokers, oh, they are not good or whatever it is. See it yourself, and if there is any other option, say if I offer you the option and you don't like it, go to whatever source and you might also like it. So these are all the options available for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Otor. I think this was a good, really discussion. أنا قدام كده أنا استفدت كتير. الدور بعدها ألاقي أنت كالمشاهد ولا أنت اللي هتشاهد. We have done our best. We have given you a free, a free advice, and now is your turn to act. Another thing is you don't need to stick with the same bank. If you have been with the same bank for the last for the last 5 years, that means you have been actually you have been disadvantaged. So, Brother Otor, I really have not much to say, but you can greet our audience again before we end up our show. And I thank you a lot for being here, and I hope to see you hopefully next week. The Fechoda award, the Fechoda Bestselling Award, is going to start next week. It's going to be here live, so I will invite everyone who are out there to be part of this event. It's going to be a very we are going to hear lots. وجعل كابلينكي وممات هنمشي نستمع لأغاني بتاعت الحب، أغاني بتاعت يوك اللي هي عزاء، وأغاني بتاعت بينشول. في فنانين كتار قدروا يغنوا عن بينشول. احنا هنستمع لكل الأغاني دي إن شاء الله، والمسابقة حقنا ده هتستمر لمدة almost لمدة 2 شهر 3 شهور، والاحتفال بتاعته إن شاء الله هيكون في مكان خاص ما هنقول لكم دلوقتي. We are doing our part, but things are going well, and we hope to see you hopefully يوم 3 جاي. We will be here live with حكام بتاعنا, and this message was from واحد من حكام بتاعنا ألا وهو الفنان والشاعر أستاذنا بيتر أرميتو, وكمان أمي مولانا أوتا أكوتش. They will be here on our platform as judges. Plus also we will have a guest from واحدة من بنات بتاعت مملكة شلو. So, Brother Otor, I think you must be excited because you are part of this work. You know, and then if you can give tips of what is coming up, because you know what's happening, because you guys were doing a lot of work underground.
Thank you. Thank you, Brother Sabrino, and the audience for following us and give your time to listen to us. Ginadora ko because missigman ba particularly chol because of ko wait mogobian. Ginanut competition is open again, and Jimiga ko be umie Sabrino nana. Keni wait gecha kalu geterun, ikanyani, o wait mogu pot ugo voted uga ket the next stage like that. Yani wait ba derjat migir, the wage mart, the wage work, the wage link kulu gaba all different classes. So wage ni ganyi curl kanyani ki judges ujinyi go ga kale ki wage mogni o mon ben mogo pot uganya ket the next show ujinyi doge go vote out ketani, and then lad with waki akar wage mogo dong gaba the winners. Fenanin moge, they are doing a lot of critical job. All Fenanin moge, regardless who it is. Wages are eager to lot get dodgy, and that is very good. For the meet ka wage, you know, yani wage moga yudwasa before the war, wage money bega bungon una yo golwan uting a lingen, wage a bega bungon. So could you long raja chickle, wage ni wala kidi? We don't know. Wage you ben as a wage man, a mirror she did. So even competition asa jingi cha nganket kida mongo chi kwany o mongo ba kwany o mongo we se chingi cha won, you know, before we can eliminate some and give you some. But aye fanan mi chol whether moga wege organ or moga wege nudu organ geba push it can continue inspiring chol, continue do what you do, you know, yani wa pedi. We are not good in everything. So what about different? Yana might be good in the area that I'm good at, but you might be good in the area that you are at. Area mena wage you can pay you ben and you check away. And by the way, check your wage for there. Ba which or by yedan. A yedan. Ba which me when you put there can a yan yom mudanga. Nyan uchong one. What I check away. You know, unyan unyamian. What I check away. Lakin unfortunately, not all of us can do that. Yeah, long what you a long what you but I want to cut kiddo. The un can walai da yana ni medwadian by check away because option many bungo here, you know, yaku chap. So check it one, will check it mother, will ginani, you know, I about sabab, will wait moguchonga kubul, you know. So this is what I could have, or any one of us. I'm just giving an example.
So are you saying back in my tar nuru chage wait?
No, I take a wait, but I'm just saying, can you put it as a normal guinea in a chong, you need to know wait. So wait ba gift. And we really appreciate Pananin Moga. Let them continue what they do because area many bizat here wachol molo pedechol that with the whole African by area member highly specialized. So you are gifted and thank God for that. Use it well. And kangana wegonudoren Orue Sabrino, CEO Me Cholo Worldwide TV. This is the only TV Me Cholo all around the world. It's initiated here in Australia, but it does not mean can buy me chol Australia. Buy me chol ben kulum all around the world. Okay? I give minute the idea, what you go initiate, approach, inbox, and the team will come back to you. The team will come back to you. It's got a professional team that are managing it. Sabrina and then about the show, like in the minute at the background, that help him to do that.
That's true.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Otor Ogwok. Thank you for your time, and I really thank you a lot for your part of being this on this platform. And I hope that you will be always, you will continue always doing your, great work. Otor ko bolu to banoto ba dana kere ji ma go me do Deutsch. The war me gi ma yagol ni mi young fananin more than 100 war. So we had to go through war money Bain one by one, listening to Wayne Bain in order to come up with actual war more okay in our live show. So musaba kami war mo ba mo mat ubeda ashara ognium ubeda ashara war monito they have already ge kwa min khilal da ikat 50 ognium. So bereda musaba already ma yogu wana yingo so Beneguru Jagwali, I hope that you join us, inshallah, is Bojai. And I hope also that we will be also live in Clubhouse for those people who will be at work. At least they can also enjoy that moment. الاسبوع جاي الحلقه الاولى وبين بقى مسابقه مو بقى مو مات so kolonong you know mad wala you mad. This is your time to come and listen and enjoy wo mad. Otoromia, I have no much to say. Please get your audience, then we go.
Thank you, Sabrina Pio Medo. I'm so happy to be given this opportunity to educate our diaspora people who have the mortgages and talk about what is happening in the in a financial market, why things are going up, and what is expected out of us. So it's my pleasure to walk you through that, and I hope for those who have the mortgages here in Australia, I'm accredited with a license to give advice to any person who need to buy a house or who want to enter into a mortgage industry. Reach out to me. You will not regret it. I will add the value into the ambition that you wanted to achieve. Owning a house is a dream. We call it in Australian here is an Australian dream. And I'm sure every country, even in South Sudan, especially in our community, Cholo, we call it a dream as well. Because you will never get married without a house. So you need to build your own house. You will not marry and bring a wife to your dad's house. You need to build your own. That's what we are taught for. And when we were raised as young kids, we cannot wait to reach a consent age, so that we start building our own houses. That was the dream. That dream also in Australia here, and I'm sure in US and other part of the world, you need to own a house. If you are a hard-working person, you need to find a mortgage broker that will help you. You may not be good in saving, you may not be good in everything, you may be good in what you do, but you may not be good in how to approach the property market. Yes, interest rate is very high at the moment, but it's also an opportunity because the prices are very low. The prices have dropped. So if you wanna enter into a property market, this is the right time. This is the right time. The government got a lot of incentives for the first home buyers, especially the first home buyers. Government got a lot of incentives. And for those who have existing mortgage, please reach out. You will not regret. I will add a value to what you got. Build assets. People build properties in their lifetime, so that when the time comes, you sell them. At least you sell to those houses made appreciated values, and you may pay off your principal house that you live with your family. And when the interest rate rise like this, you don't need to worry, because your house is mortgage free. You only worry about the living cost, just the living cost. So all your salary will just be on the living cost, and to meet your children's demand, such as the school fees and any other financial commitment that you have back home to help our people. So that's what I just want to add on as an end note. Please reach out to me or check taarfinance.com.au or taarfinance.com only. And you will find a lot of information of who I am, what I do, what my company do. Any part of Australia, I'm more than happy to do that for you. Whether you want to buy a car, you want to buy a house, you want to refinance, get the advantage of interest rate in the market, or the cash bonus floating around, I'm more than happy to walk you through. Thank you very much, Sabrina, and much appreciated always to give your time to what your community needs. God bless you, brother, and God bless all our viewers. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brother Otor, for your really for really doing a great work to our community, and I hope that everyone will take advantage of your service. Ahoy, I have not much to say. Thank you. My God bless you, and also and keep you always safe. Thank you, brother. God bless you. Thank you. اخواني في كل مكان، صباح الخير ملكال، صباح الخير يا ارض الاجداد، صباح الخير يا قلب النابض لمقتشولو، صباح الخير يا عاصمه ولايه على النيل، وكمان صباح الخير لكل اهل الخير. اخوي زبير بن، اخوي بولس عبد الله، جاكلين، استاذ توكوش اندرو ايول، جاغو نيبيلا موم، مدام كاتو اوبال، اميه كورو اوديل، و تيموثي جون كور، و كيسما أغسطينو أجاوين. عايز أشكركم، وأيضا كان موجود online. Thank you for being part. Thank you for being our audience. And I feel glad and also happy that you guys always, Bizarre Khuzibir, you're always here, helping me, supporting me. I'm not doing it for myself. I'm just trying to send a message out. I'm just trying to play my part as a tool. But it makes me feel good when I see that I've been supported by our audience, and they're always being here, trying to listen, trying to. Our job is not to make everyone happy, but if we can make one individual get something out of this work, that will make us happy. So, Nyimia, let me greet you again. And either if you are not from Cholo, let me also say hi and thank you for being part of our audience. I have not much to say. We will meet next. Our show will be always on Tuesday from 8 o'clock. So I hope to see you, to see all of you next week, enjoying the Pechoda Best Song Award. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of we are going to hear a lot of very, very wonderful songs by our artists. So we are here trying to support our artists because they are doing a great work, and that's why we are doing that award. And that award is meant to empower them and acknowledge their hard work. So, Nyimia, let me say thank you for being part of this show. My git tag Minya Kanto Ruben.
Wur jaga tiek wajun ni chola de tiar bal jaga ya dor ko jaga tong ni nga wura firga chola ke kan ko jazz wa music number 1 na doro tu come for just one music number one now. men ba dia yi fil ko sala nya ka mu kwa ki pa gud me kawal ke Australia ata ya lo to ma zaban fil ko sala nya ka mu kwa jazz band music number 1 taratu
Maniru bene ki ko be kunga pongantar kawalu bene ki ko be kunga nyikan kini kunga kwe nyikanga bachula nyikom la bene bene kunga ke kolmona Maniru bene ki ko be kunga pongantar kawalu bene ki ko be kunga nyikan kini kunga kwe nyikanga bachula nyikom la bene bene kunga ke kolmona wala mitir kwa ganyare Australia kalbulbe le rum tire kawale mitir kwa ganyare Australia kalbulbe
dul ben le rum tiro kawal bira wi ar kang nam kware nyara le mi shar kawal dare kum dai kawal bira wi ar kang nam kware nyara le mi shar kawal dare kum dai le bira mal ban ko salia kel golden kuma tera iman dulu wakal koy ben le bira mal ban ko salia kel golden kuma tera iman dulu wakal koy ben kalu kwal may wan ni lo nga ngew kalu kwal may wan ni lo nga ngew li kwajul may wan nga kenen bol kawal nya kwa kwai kenen bol kawal la ku nga doy kum la ben kawal ni kum ni ka kuari awde ku willa la ku nga doy kum la ben kawal ni kum ni ka kuari awde ku willa ko de bare tinni Sona nga kam kwa just ban musina number 1 now. Tarotu. Maniru bene ki kwa be kunga pungantar kawalu bene ki kwa be kunga nyikang kini kwa bachula ni kom la bena maniru bena ki ko ngantar kawalu bena ki ko ni kam kini ko ni kam bachula ni kom la bena kawalu metir kwa ganyar kuswaliya kalul ben le rum metir kawalu metir kwa ganyar kuswaliya kalul ben le rum kawal bera wi az kang nam kware nyara le mi shar kawal dare ko dai kawal bera wi az kang nam kware nyara le mi shar kawal dare ko dai le bera mal ban ko salia kel gol ben ko matera iman dole wakal ko ben le bera mal ban ko salia kel gol ben ko matera iman dole wakal ko ben kalu kwal may wan ni lo nga ngew li na kwajul kalu kwal may wan ni lo nga ngew li na kwajul may wan nga kenen bod kawal nya kwa kwai kenen bod kawal la ku nga doy kum la ben kawal ni ku nga ka kuari awde ku willa la ku nga doy kum la ben kawal ni ku nga ka kuari awde ku willa ko de dare tinni bachula ni kom la bena maniru bena ki ko ngantar kawalu bena ki ko ni kam kini ko ni kam bachula ni kom la bena kawalu metir kwa ganyar kuswaliya kalul ben le rum metir kawalu metir kwa ganyar kuswaliya kalul ben le rum metir kawal bera wi az kang nam kware nyara le mi shar kawal dare kum dai kawal bera wi az kang nam kware nyara le mi shar kawal dare kum dai le bera mal ban salia kel golden kuma tera iman dulu wakale poeben nay bira balban Australia kel golden kuma tera iman dulu wakale poeben halo kwal maywan ni lo anya ngewli na kwajul halo kwal maywan ni lo anya ngewli na kwajul Kenen bod kawal nyaka kwai kenen bod kawal la kung doy kung labin kawal ni kung nyeka kung wari wode kuwilo la kung doy kung labin kawal ni kung nyeka kung wari wode kuwilo kore gare jinni la kung doy kung labin kawal ni kung nyeka kung wari wode kuwilo la kung doy kung labin kawal ni kung nyeka kung wari wode kuwilo kore gare jinni